Alright, S10 V8 swap. Once again, here's another update. Alright, my son did a pretty shitty wrap job on the header, but it is on there. We pulled the clutch master cylinder because we are not going to use that one. We're going with an 80 I believe it's an 85 clutch master cylinder, and then I believe it's an 80 something full size slave master. We're pulling the bell housing, pulling the tranny. We're using a different bell housing but the same tranny. I posted another video if you were interested in that, and I just wanted to mention, like I mentioned in the other video, back here when you're doing all your banging along the firewall, you're going to want to give it another bang in there where the, alright, so you have a top center where there's no bolt on the bell housing, and then you have two which would be the first bolt, then the second bolt. Alright, where the second bolt is on the driver's side, give it a couple bangs there, because that bolt will come out, but it's very hard to get out. Alright, I described it a little more in the other video, but I just wanted to run through that real quick. Alright, so we got the radiators in, we got the hoses in. We just put some universal lines on this one. He had to cut a little bit and then push it on more, because even now it's kind of touching the frame, and we're gonna put something under here, but it was really bad before, so we're gonna put something here to keep it from rubbing on the frame, but that's in there. We went with a flex fan. A flex fan will fit in here. There's plenty of room for a flex fan. It was like 50 bucks at the parts store. I told him to give me a low profile one. He didn't, but it still fits fine. We just have to get some spacers in order to put it on. Unfortunately, the blades are going the wrong way, but it doesn't matter. It'll work. There's plenty of room. Okay, we put the temperature sensor on. Okay, so we just ran the stock temperature sensor, and then we put a little I forgot what it's called, but when it goes from smaller to bigger, and a little adapter piece here, got it at the hardware store, and put in the S10 temperature sensor. Nice and easy. There's another one over here in case we want to use it later on, but for now it's fine. We just have to go get a different end piece, but gotta figure out where this goes, to be honest. Not really sure. I'll figure it out, but we wrapped up all the harnesses and zip corded them that we weren't using, and what we're gonna do is, once we start it up and everything's running good, we're gonna go through and we're gonna clip each wire one at a time. If the motor does anything it's not supposed to do, we'll put it back. If it doesn't, then we're gonna leave it off, and that's how we're gonna figure out which wires we're gonna use and which ones we ain't gonna. The carburetor is all hooked up, the choke's hooked up, the alternator is hooked up. We got power to the dashboard. We got I believe these are power to the dashboard and negative to the dashboard, and then this one I believe goes to the starter, and then we have it same off of the same bolt going over to the battery. Then we have from the alternator to the starter, we have the signal wire to the starter, and then also from the starter to the battery. If you're unsure of that, the signal wire on these is purple, but I mean, don't take my word for it, because I don't know what year you have, and my buddy's I believe was the same, but I don't want to take any risks. But the red wire and the black wire went to the same terminal, and the signal wire went to the other terminal, and then there was a jumper going to the solenoid. Alright, we got our fuel pump and our fuel regulator in here, fuel filter here. You can't see it there. There it is, fuel filter. And we got the fuel gauge so we can check it, and here's the adjuster. Got the distributor hooked up. We got to hook up one more ground. So ground and another wire, and we just got to connect the positive to the battery, The slave cylinder is the last thing to go, so we are ready. This motor is finally ready to go, and then we decided we're going to change out the bell housing. So this time I put it on some cinder blocks, make it a lot easier, because when I get my new house, if you've seen any of my videos, I've been looking at some modulars, I've been looking at some houses. We're making a move because I'm going to have a garage soon, because I'm not going to be doing this anymore out in the open air. This wire right here is a LED light bar. We're not hooking that up right now. I don't really care about it. Everything is in here for an AC. We can hook up an AC. We have everything. He doesn't care about AC. I don't care about AC. So maybe potentially in the future. We also got some insulators for the boots, because a lot of them were touching the headers and they were just in the way. Put the rest of the header bolts on. Okay, as you can see, like the first cylinder, this is cylinder number 1. It's right against the header there, so we just figured it'd be a little easier. We're gonna put a breather on the valve cover here. Even connected the light. So we are ready to go. Oh, the other thing we were gonna do is get the radiator in here. We're gonna put some rubber back here. I don't really like this. It's not touching anything, but I don't like that there. There's a little bit of, not much at all, a little bit of wiggle room, and I don't like that. So we're gonna put some rubber in there. That's not touching, but we're gonna put rubber in there, and probably gonna figure something out along here too, just in case. You know, why go through all this work and then have to, you know, mess with it again. But we had to pull the shifter back out, but no big deal. So, you know, I'm gonna be popping that tranny back in, popping that fan on, and should be ready to go pretty soon, as soon as my buddy welds that bell housing up. So I'll have a video of that. Check it out. If you have any questions, any comments, let me know. A little patina here. It is not green, it is just the way it came out. Looks pretty cool. But it's not done. He's gonna keep sanding some more and clear coating, and he's gonna be doing all kinds of stuff. But just trying to get this motor done. So if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for watching.